Virtual Beings News Summary September 22, 2025. Medical avatars showcased at the China ASEAN Expo demonstrate clinician-adjacent, language-localized assistance for patient triage and communication, with Xinhua/Macau business pointing to ASEAN language support that reduces intake friction. This healthcare pattern centers on animated, speech-enabled digital aids designed to translate and standardize patient interactions, situating medical avatars as workflow tools in multilingual settings rather than replacements for clinicians. Proto-holograms planned AI Stan Lee hologram for LA Comic-Con confirms event-based, performer-style virtual beings that appear as interactive holograms, while Tron, Ares frames AI beings as central, diegetic entities in a studio franchise. The Centro Rizal Metaverse Museum extends entertainment into cultural edutainment by letting visitors embody avatars as they traverse curated virtual spaces. Together, these cases show public-facing deployments of virtual beings as performers, narrative characters, and museum docents that prioritize immersion and presence. Kavya Mekra, an AI influencer created by Collective, exemplifies synthetic talent built and managed by a production entity for brand integrations and audience growth. Synthesia's AI avatar video system powers corporate explainers and training content with lifelike presenters and localization, evidencing a toolchain for scalable, on-brand synthetic spokespeople across channels. These examples place Collective and Synthesia as distinct actors. One authors a persistent virtual personality, the other supplies the production infrastructure for many such personalities. Novastro and Stability World AI link tokenized avatars and AI agents for Web3 creators, aligning character logic with on-chain ownership and distribution. Metaverse Museum navigation by customizable avatars illustrates parallel UX patterns in cultural spaces. These deployments highlight avatars as both assets and actors, where blockchain formalizes ownership and portability while AI supplies behavior and responsiveness in games and social experiences. Zoom's user likeness avatars and cross-app AI companion features demonstrate meeting-centric virtual beings whose roles are note-taking, scheduling, and embodiment in collaborative contexts. Contemporaneous digital doubles claims underscore substitutive presence as a contested but actionable enterprise use case. Synthesia's studio-grade avatars operate in the same enterprise domain for training and comms, whereas YouTube's DeepMind-powered Shorts tooling adds creator-side synthetic video capabilities adjacent to avatar workflows. Across these cases, Zoom, Synthesia, and YouTube/Google DeepMind present a spectrum from embodied meeting agents to production-line synthetic presenters to platform-native video generation. The Oijiangbu District Court's conviction tied to insulting virtual idols situates avatar-based performers within criminal law and speech-related liability, indicating that synthetic entertainers can be protected subjects in legal proceedings. The Centro Rizal Metaverse Museum employs avatars as cultural mediators for national heritage. Memorial avatars that emulate deceased relatives extend cultural practices around remembrance into interactive, AI-driven media. Collectively, these examples show legal recognition, institutional adoption, and personal memorialization as concurrent cultural trajectories for virtual beings. U.S. congressional testimony calls for regulating AI companion apps used by teens, moving companions from novelty to safety-critical software, while research and commentary around the uncanny valley, Tavis's Phoenix 3, Raven 0, Hummingbird 0, targets perceptual reliability and realism to reduce discomfort in synthetic interactions. The through line is that companion class agents and realistic avatars are being evaluated not only for capability but for psychosocial impact and regulatory oversight. Avatar expectations and NPC sophistication remain central to player experience. A fan hypothesis about a hidden avatar in a forthcoming Fire Emblem entry highlights sustained demand for self-insertion and customization in JRPGs, while forum discussions urge more distinctive NPC visual designs and note surprising NPC dialogue behaviors that increase perceived liveliness. On the creation side, Roblox reports of misaligned accessories, stuck avatar settings, and the need for a custom loader show how pipeline reliability impacts avatar authorship and in-game presentation on a major user-generated content platform such as Roblox. These threads collectively indicate that both player demand and creator tooling constraints are actively shaping avatar and NPC quality in live game ecosystems. Short-form and streaming ecosystems continue to foreground virtual performers. VTuber activity featuring Amelie/Monarch, Cottontail VA, Fruit, Chibidoki, Freaky, and Chibi Clips demonstrates collaboration, comedic bits, and music-adjacent performance suited to viral formats. Hybrid visual experiments, such as a human times cheetah synthetic character, illustrate boundary-pushing aesthetics for attention capture. Coverage of digital humans acting as live stream anchors further extends virtual presence into broadcast-style formats, signaling diversification of entertainment roles for virtual beings beyond traditional gaming contexts. Commercial avatar production is presented as both accessible and performance-focused. A Google AI avatar generator is described as producing photorealistic, lip-synced spokespersons for advertising, pointing to low-cost creative iteration and rapid campaign localization. AI Anima positions a consumer-facing digital human for B2C engagement, implying uses such as guided shopping or product Q&A. Tutorials that combine Kling AI with Google AI Studio to automate product modeling videos show a task-oriented toolchain for catalog and promo media. Together, these examples show avatar and digital human pipelines being operationalized for ad assets, catalog motion, and direct consumer engagement. Production-grade authoring and generation tools anchor practical deployment. Meta-human-related Unreal Engine threads capture hands-on rigging and body import troubleshooting, reflecting the continued role of Meta-human and Unreal Engine in high-fidelity digital human creation workflows. Google AI Studio appears in multiple creator tutorials, including pairings with Kling AI, suggesting a modular stack for scripting, generation, and assembly of avatar/video assets. AGen surfaces as an integrated platform with an Avatar 4-tier, with users clarifying capabilities and access. This points to product segmentation between avatar-driven and non-avatar video generation. Antix is marketed as an AI plus blockchain base to power digital humans, indicating interest in tokenized infrastructure for identity, commerce, or provenance in digital human deployments. These tools collectively address rigging, generation, orchestration, and distribution layers needed to ship virtual beings at scale. Reported deployments of digital humans as tutors, clerks, counselors, and live stream anchors indicate experimentation with service delivery and customer-facing roles that rely on speech synthesis, persona consistency, and scenario-specific scripting. While implementations are not enumerated in detail, the functions themselves map to education, retail/service, and media hosting, showing the breadth of roles currently targeted for synthetic staff. Monetization and policy signals are visible across platforms. The Patreon creator KXY explicitly frames all characters as AI-generated, fictional, and over 18, signaling attention to age and realism disclosures as synthetic characters become monetized content. AGen community questions about discounts and product tiers reflect practical access and pricing concerns for individual creators and students scaling avatar-based output. These elements illustrate the maturing interface between virtual character creators and platform policies, pricing, and audience assurances. Debate continues over the use of real faces in avatars, with arguments against such practices invoking privacy and identity control. This sits alongside stylized or hybrid character work, indicating a cultural split between realism and abstraction in virtual identity. As virtual beings appear in counseling, anchoring, and customer roles, the surrounding discourse logically extends to consent, representation, and disclosure, issues hinted at by creator disclaimers and forum debates even when formal governance details are not provided. Chinese live commerce is adopting virtual humans as 24/7 hosts that can demonstrate and sell high-value goods, including items priced around $2,500, with the stated benefit of continuous availability beyond human presenters' time limits. This trend is framed as capable of reshaping influencer-driven retail ecosystems by shifting traffic and sales toward always-on, synthetic presenters operating on mainstream live shopping platforms in China. Separately, market commentary projects that virtual digital humans are a fast-growing track, with cloud infrastructure cited as foundational and with companies such as Tencent, Huawei Cloud, and iFlyTech described as active producers of virtual digital humans in China's broader metaverse-adjacent economy. These notes emphasize scale expectations through 2026 and the role of enterprise cloud in enabling production and deployment. A national TV host competition in China reports first-time uses of XR virtual environments for immersive segments alongside live news script reads and on-site reporting, indicating early mainstream broadcast experimentation with XR-enabled sets and presenter workflows. At the 2025 World Manufacturing Convention in Anhui, audiences interacted on-site with an iFlyTech virtual human, demonstrating event-grade, public-facing conversational avatars embedded in exhibition experiences and underscoring iFlyTech's deployment of virtual presenters in large-scale showcases. Kling AI, introduced digital human generation features that convert a single character image, plus text or audio, into up to 1080p video, with precise lip sync, controllable facial and body motion, and automatic emotion-driven gesture modulation. The release positions the tool to lower production barriers for realistic, emotionally responsive digital characters across photoreal, anime, and even non-human styles. Complementing this, news blurbs describe Grok as a chatbot tool, guiding users to organize prompts, variants, and images to build personal AI avatars efficiently. And coverage-themed. The Gemini effect highlights consumer creation of digital avatars and artwork for social sharing via generative tools promoted under the Gemini banner. Together, these reports indicate widening access to avatar creation workflows across both assistant style and multimodal generation platforms. Additional industry movement notes Meta's push to improve virtual human generation efficiency, with Why My Hologram, collaborating on DeepSeek-based digital human applications, reflecting an ecosystem where large AI model advances and holographic/media firms converge on faster virtual human production. Accounts of digital twins of people show several business-oriented applications. A health tech company identified as Jiavi Health reports building clinician digital twins for traditional Chinese medicine experts, combining multimodal intake to emulate diagnostic workflows and deliver scalable consultations. Deepak Chopra publicizes his own AI digital twin that acts as confidant, health coach, research aid, and spiritual guide, illustrating executive/creator-led expert replication. Workplace notes describe Tencent Meeting and Tencent Yuanbao, enabling users to offload information-gathering meetings to a personal digital twin, pointing to agentic attendance and summarization patterns inside enterprise productivity suites. China's first reported virtual digital human copyright case in Inner Mongolia reached judgment at the Hohhot Xinjiang District People's Court, clarifying infringement liability and compensable damages in a dispute over rights to a virtual digital human's authored expression. Separate legal commentary tied to AI resurrection around Qingming addresses ownership and control of data assets underpinning posthumous digital virtual humans, raising questions about whether rights belong to a deceased person's relatives, developers, or enterprises in the absence of explicit agreements, and emphasizing unresolved boundaries in digital rebirth services. In South Korea, reports describe courts recognizing defamation claims connected to a virtual idol group, Plave, whose members are performed by real people via virtual avatars rather than AI, with the ruling reasoning that attacks on a widely recognized virtual persona can injure the associated real individual. This frames protections for performer-backed virtual identities in entertainment law. Scholarly marketing analysis further stresses transparency and authenticity for virtual influencer campaigns, noting platform-specific expectations where Instagram users tolerate polished, AI-identified content while TikTok users prioritize clearly disclosed virtual attributes and real-time interaction cues. Narratives highlight a growing normalization of virtual performers and presenters. The Plave Virtual Boy Group is cited as a case where 5 members are virtual on screen but driven by real humans, and the coverage underscores that, although not AI-generated, these virtual embodiments attract the same reputational and legal considerations as human celebrities. Additional opinion pieces discuss broader shifts toward digital humans and avatar-mediated life online, reflecting cultural debates on identity and authenticity as synthetic personas become common in everyday media. Reports from a national skills competition in Guangdong present AI digital humans as sparring partners for world skills grade training, alongside robotics and 3D animation pedagogy, indicating use of digital humans as scalable practice counterparts in vocational education. Exhibition write-ups reiterate on-site public demos where visitors converse with virtual humans, suggesting ongoing integration of educational outreach and technology literacy through real-time avatar interactions at fairs and conventions. A Yellow River AI digital human is described engaging in a cross-time conversation with the Nile, positioning a state-branded cultural avatar as a vehicle for civilizational dialogue and heritage narration. This use case illustrates how government-adjacent media projects are experimenting with AI-driven spokespersons to personify rivers, regions, or traditions for online programming and public diplomacy. Chongqing authorities operationalized Chongqing Xia as a network security digital human to front large-scale public education, while Tianjin Benhai New Area introduced Xiaobin for employment guidance and Tianjin Foreign Studies University embedded digital humans in ideological instruction. Hubei expanded civic services with Xiaohu in Dushan and with municipal digital human avatars to maintain 24/7 responses. Hubei's Zhangjiakou City Library adopted a digital human narrator for resistance history exhibits, and the Hohhot Xinjiang District People's Court set a legal marker by deciding Inner Mongolia's first virtual digital human IP case, clarifying copyright expectations for virtual anchors and idols. The Battling Great Wall Immersive Theater in Beijing integrated XR, AI, digital humans, and game engines into a live cultural attraction. Changchun's AI Performance Center staged Base's fantastic journey around a named digital human character, and Changchun hosted the premiere of The Cipher in the Notes, which used digital human techniques to restore performances by Li Yaolin and Lu Shilong. Hong Kong venues combined digital humans with human docents and automated guides to orchestrate museum-style tours. At CAXPO in Nanning, iFlyTech's dual digital human MCs formalized virtual hosts for a major international opening ceremony and demonstrated multilingual AI interpretation alongside mobile digital human demos. Guangdong organizations used AI digital humans at the National Vocational Skills Competition in Zhengzhou for language tutoring and practice coaching, with contributions from the Guangdong Provincial Vocational Technical Research Office, Guangzhou Industrial and Trade Technician College, and Shizaitong AI Intelligent Project teams. Mango Supermedia in Hunan reported an in-house, end-to-end virtual digital human stack intended for broadcast and education use. Tianjin Foreign Studies University's adoption of virtual presenters for history content, and the Kunming Influencers Alliance's promotion of interactive digital human formats, further illustrate curriculum and training pipelines built around synthetic characters. Digital Mali in Shanghai detailed cross-sector deliveries of AI digital humans for finance, internet, 3C electronics, and restaurants. Linhai Qian Wanwei Information Technology in Zhejiang ran AI digital human anchors to keep commerce livestreams continuously staffed. Wuhan's live streaming complex configured unattended studios with AI digital humans for round-the-clock retail while associated with Hire's National Livestream Center. Hangzhou's ecosystem context included Lingban Technologies' hardware role, and Lucky's use of digital humans in data-driven supply chains to help SMEs expand internationally. Bank of Communications Sichuan branch validated risk communication efficacy by fielding an AI digital human presenter in anti-fraud programming, and Bank of China Yunnan branch used a financial consumer protection digital human to issue risk prompts within station-based media placements. The Inner Mongolia ruling by the Hohhot Xinjiang District People's Court provided a first-in-region framework for handling virtual digital human IP disputes. Large-scale deployments such as Changqing's Shan Changsha, iFlyTech's formal digital human hosts at CAXPO, and bank-affiliated digital humans in Yunnan and Sichuan demonstrate operational governance patterns, whereby institutions bind virtual presenters to verified messaging, audit trails, and domain-specific risk or policy content, consolidating digital humans as accountable communication endpoints within regulated contexts. The Kunming South Asia-Southeast Asia Influencers Alliance emphasized AI-generated shorts and virtual digital human interactivity for international storytelling, while CAXPO's stage use and multilingual interpretation by iFlyTech linked digital humans to regional diplomacy and trade. Hangzhou's Lucky framed digital humans as supply chain instruments for national brands going global, situating virtual beings as operational nodes within creator commerce workflows rather than as standalone media novelties. Mapping the rise of virtual influencers. A bibliometric analysis, Pujadas Gomez, Jimenez Morales et al., Telecommunications Policy, 2025, surveys the academic literature on virtual influencers as AI-driven digital personas used for social media engagement and brand promotion, charting growth in publications, clustered themes, and the positioning of virtual influencers within digital marketing research. It treats virtual influencers as social media native virtual beings designed to optimize audience interaction and commercial outcomes, identifying the field scope rather than detailing specific platforms or companies. Artificial intelligence-generated virtual influencers in online social media, Buaz, Ponomarenko, Zepka, 2025, examines AI-generated virtual influencers that operate in increasingly digitalized environments and highlights their comparative advantages, including the capacity to autonomously select behavioral models adapted to identified audience segments. The paper focuses on the agentic behavior of synthetic personas in online platforms, emphasizing algorithmic audience analysis, adaptive content strategies, and the potential for independent decision-making in engagement routines, without naming specific brands or toolchains. Virtual influencers, the emergence and impact of digital personas in the social media landscape, SAC-Dr., International Journal, 2025, offers a broad treatment of computer-generated personas that interact with audiences on major social platforms, documenting their ascent, marketing utility, and social effects. It foregrounds how these digital humans function as branded communicators, the implications for audience perception and trust, and the need to address ethical and regulatory questions around disclosure, authenticity, and responsibility, while not tying arguments to particular companies or technical stacks. YouTube video travel influencers' role in shaping wishful traveling through social comparison processes. Chen, Chi, Win, Tourism Review, 2025, empirically compares virtual influencer credibility with human influencer credibility in travel contexts and reports that virtual influencers elicit similar levels of social comparison and downstream outcomes, including wishful traveling and consumer behaviors. The study positions virtual beings as effective persuasive communicators in tourism content on YouTube, indicating functional parity in influence mechanisms despite their synthetic nature. Anthropomorphism and Consumer Experience, Review and Future Research Agenda, Hussein, Prentice, International Journal of Consumer Studies, 2025, synthesizes marketing research on anthropomorphism and connects human-like attribution to customer attitudes and behaviors. While not limited to virtual beings, the review offers conceptual grounding for why virtual humans and avatars, by exhibiting human-like cues, can shape perceptions, trust, and engagement, thereby informing design and evaluation of virtual influencer and avatar-based experiences. From brochures to bites, destination branding through social, mobile, and AI, a systematic narrative review with meta-analysis, Chatza Georgia, Christou, Semelli, Administrative Sciences, 2025, identifies AI-generated visuals, virtual influencers, and deepfake videos as emergent elements complicating authenticity cues vital to destination image formation. It cites developing practices such as AI-generated labels and parity rules to manage disclosure and comparability, indicating that synthetic media and virtual personas are becoming material inputs in place branding strategies, with attendant governance needs. Virtual identity, real perception, stimulating user behavior and promoting value co-creation in metaverse cultural heritage tourism. Zhang, Xu, Luo, Pan, 2025, analyzes metaverse cultural heritage tourism as a form of cultural digitization, in which virtual identity and avatar-mediated interaction shape perceived value and co-creation behaviors. It treats avatars as central to user engagement with cultural resources in MeCHT settings, linking virtual self-representation to experiential quality and participation, without specifying platform vendors. To make sure you never miss a new video and to help us reach more great viewers like you, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and tap the bell icon under the subscribe tab for notification.